That mountain road can be a bit rough. Yes, well, thank you very much. Then I remembered to say, oh, welcome to Manord, highest rainfall in the UK, which is what Dad always says. I suppose everyone has to be good at something, said the man, and I realised that somehow I said the wrong thing. When Dad said that thing about the rainfall, he made it sound good. I couldn't figure out what I'd said different. Until Minnie said, highest rainfall and lowest crime rate. The two facts may not be unconnected. Then the man laughed. She's a brain box. Mum said, if there's anything you need, just let us know and we'll do our best. We do photocopying, internet access, newspapers on request, and petrol, of course. You've already given me petrol. That's why I gave you the credit card. Of course it is. Sorry. She was a bit flustered because behind the counter, Max was pulling at her skirt. She picked him up. Oh, said the man. Mum looked up and knew what it was right away. He'd seen Max's eyes. They are huge. You could fall into them. Mum smiled. The man said, Madonna and the child? Madonna? I looked on the paper rack. Did he want a magazine about Madonna, or a poster, or a CD? We didn't have any. Mum handed his card back, saying, thank you very much, mister. She looked at the card to see his name. He said, Lester. Oh, thank you very much, Lester. As he was going out the door, I remembered Donatello's business on the bonnet. I grabbed the tissues and ran out after him. He was just opening the driver's side door when I shouted for him to wait. The hens are free range, I said, wiping the muck off the bonnet. We sell eggs if you're interested. Not at the moment. He got in his car. Just as well, I picked the hen up. They haven't actually laid any yet. Have you, Donatello? The man had just shut his door, but when I said that, he opened it again and stared at me. Sorry, I said. What did you say, he said? Oh, I was talking to the hen, not you. And the hen is called Donatello. He kept looking at me. I shrugged. The other one's Michelangelo. I know they're boys' names and hens are girls, but whose idea was it to call them that? Oh, well, mine really. I don't like Donatello as much as Michelangelo. I know a lot of people hate Michelangelo, but I think that's stupid. He's a legend. They're all great, aren't they? Michelangelo, Raphael, Leonardo, Donatello. Yes, they are, he said. In their different ways, I said. In their different ways, he agreed. I have to go now, but I'd like to carry on this conversation another time. Then he pulled the door shut with a satisfying thunk you only get with real class marquee. When I went inside, the others were all sort of holding their breath. What did he say? asked Mum. He was just asking what the hens were called. Oh, that was friendly then, said Mum. Go and get Dad, quick. Minnie ran off to the workshop while me and Marie started arranging the collapsible camping chairs. Car boot crazy at the Dynamo Blainer football ground, £1 each, in a circle around the telly. When Dad came in, Mum said, right then, sit down, we've got something to show you. She turned on the telly, and on came the CCTV tape of Lester's visit. CCTV tape is not like normal telly. There's no sound and the picture is very jumpy. So we didn't get to see the door open, it was just bing. There's Lester in the shop. Bing, he's by the drinks cabinet. Bing, he's looking at the newspapers. Mum said, he's having a good look around. He wants to buy something, look. He just can't find anything he wants. Who is it, said Dad. That, said Mum, is a new customer. I said, it's him from up the mountain. Dad went right up to the screen. Why are his shoes all shining like that? Because they've been polished. You mean they really were that shiny? I thought it was something wrong with the tape. They really were that shiny. Whatever he's doing up that mountain, said Dad, it's not looking after sheep. We were still glued to the CCTV. Mum said, look, that's where he noticed the coffee machine. He'd have bought a coffee if it was working. See, what did I tell you? That Gazzy is going to pull them in. Dad said, did he order any papers? No, then he's not staying. A man with shoes like that reads papers every day. If he was staying, he'd have ordered the papers. He was starting to sound grumpy again, like he did when the Ramanans left. Come on, he said, homework, but as soon as he said it, the door went ping-pong again. We all turned round, and who had come in? Only Lester. He looked pretty surprised to see a circle of camping stools around the telly. He'd have been even more surprised if he'd known what we were watching. But the man quickly flicked it to the forecourt live feed, so the only thing on the screen was his car and the back of the jet wash. Now I think about it, that might have looked even weirder. You said something about getting papers, he said. Yes, said Mum. I'd like the FT if you can get it. Mum looked a bit blank, but Dad said, oh, no problem. FT, how long would you like it for? Just a day, couple of days, weeks? Well, came the answer, until further notice, I suppose. Right, until further notice it is, said Dad. Then the man said goodbye to everyone. Then he looked at me and he said a separate goodbye. We waited until we heard the engine start up. Then Mum said, "What's an FT?" An FT, said Dad, is beside the point. Mrs. Porty will know. The point is we have a new customer, a brand new regular customer, until further notice. Thanks to the cashier, said Mum. What do you mean, thanks to the cashier? You bought a newspaper, not a coffee. But he would have bought a coffee if we'd have had any. If we'd had any, he might have bought a racehorse if we'd had some. Shall we start a little stables just in case? The cashier set the tone, didn't it? It's classy, that's what. He saw the cashier and he thought they're the kind of people I can do business with. Frothy coffee people, not greasy spoon people. Dad looked at her and he looked at the cashier and he said, yes, it was, all thanks to the cashier. So we knew the row was over, which was nice. Then we all watched the CCTV tape one more time for luck.